Luxury home sales in Singapore have risen to new highs not seen in more than a decade.
That's despite economic uncertainties as nations continue to fight COVID-19. As the sector evolves to meet keen market interest in high-end property investments, Mediacorp and PropertyGuru are collaborating on a virtual luxury real estate event called Exceptional Homes that will run from November 20th. And for more, we have Parminder Singh, Mediacorp's Chief Commercial and Digital Officer, and Jeremy Williams, Chief Business Officer at PropertyGuru Group. Jeremy, let's start with you first. We see how the pandemic has spurred sales for luxury real estate with a focus on capital preservation, and Singapore has seen a boost in that, and it's seen as a place with a stable environment, low taxes, very attractive. As we transition to an endemic environment, what are the key drivers for luxury homes going to be?
Yeah, well, thank you for that. There's certainly been a surge in luxury home sales, as you mentioned, in the first half of 2021. Almost 3,500 luxury condominiums were sold. This is already higher than the annual totals from the previous 3 years. The landed housing segment has similarly seen a surge in demand, with over 2,100 properties transacted in the first 7 months of this year, which is almost triple the total from last year. So I think, you mentioned some of the factors that are driving this demand. We see this surge being driven by both local and foreign property buyers, although overall the market is dominated by Singaporeans who purchased 76% of all luxury condominiums in the first half of 2021, according to URA data. Interestingly, based on the findings in the latest PropertyGuru consumer sentiment study, 1 in 3 millennials in Singapore are looking to purchase luxury property as dependable long-term investments. So I think, the overall surge is really driven by the growing wealth in Singapore and Asia, and also a function of the pandemic, as buyers do seek larger homes and foreign investors have been attracted to the Singapore property market.
Jeremy, you talk about Singapore, also other parts of Asia. We're seeing a similar sales pattern in other parts of the world as well. How sustainable is this trend, given we are still in a pandemic and the global economic climate remains uncertain?
Yeah, look, we think this trend actually is quite sustainable. Singapore's Q3 GDP has returned to pre-COVID levels, and there's obviously optimism surrounding further reopening of the economy. So we do forecast demand for high-end luxury property to remain strong. Luxury projects have performed very well this year. Park Nova captured headlines earlier this year with 5 apartment sales worth over 100 million. The largest penthouse, fetching $34 million, almost $6,000 per square foot. More recently, the launch of Jervois Mansions in the prestigious Bishopsgate Chatsworth area did very well, with 104 out of the 105 units being offered selling on the launch weekend. So another good indication that the market remains strong at the high-end levels. And as we've mentioned, Singapore will remain a very attractive destination. And I think this is due to a confluence of factors, finite land availability, political stability, low taxes, ease of doing business, low crime rates. So I think, we expect this demand to continue and actually increase as additional vaccinated travel lanes are opened and foreign buyers can more easily return to the market.
Parminder, let's bring you into this conversation. This is Mediacorp's first foray into the luxury real estate market with PropertyGuru. Why the focus on luxury property? And what do you hope this will bring for prospective high net worth property buyers?
Yeah, for us, it always starts with the audience, right? We watch closely what the audience wants, what are the consumption patterns, what's their content patterns. And one pattern that we've seen emerge very strongly over the last year and a half or so is that audiences, consumers want to combine their commerce experience with their content experience. Now, what does that mean? As people get more comfortable with technology, they're staying at home, as they make important buying decisions, they want to consume content related to the buying decisions. They want to talk to experts. They want to have immersive experiences. So with that in mind, we actually started the first property show way back in 2020, in September 2020, I think, which was very successful. We received great feedback from our audiences. We followed that up with a festival for parents and then for wellness segments. And what we saw increasingly is people want to make buying decisions. As Jeremy rightly said, they are open to making purchase decisions, big or small, but they want to have information at hand. They want to talk to experts. They want to join webinars, all under one platform. So we think the time is right now for us to address the luxury segment with a domain expert like PropertyGuru to address their consumption content needs and ensure that they have all the information, all the content at hand to make an informed buying decision.
Jeremy, buying a property is a big decision with many things to consider. What are some common pitfalls or mistakes that people make when it comes to purchasing high-end property?
Yeah, sure. I think, look, as you mentioned, any property purchase is a big decision. And I think I wouldn't say there's necessarily any pitfalls that you need to look out for when buying a high-end property. As always, any home buyer should always conduct a thorough financial audit, based on their current income and savings to determine the maximum property price that you can afford. If you're opting for a mortgage, you'll need to determine obviously how much you're eligible for. And PropertyGuru Finance home loan advisors will be available during the Exceptional Homes event to assist you in that respect. Ultimately, look, it is a very important and large decision. So I think if in any doubt, it's always best to sort of seek, financial, legal and real estate advice from experts.
And Parminder, what else can we look forward to from that event? How will it address some of those concerns that Jeremy just touched on so that buyers can make informed decisions?
Yeah, so starting today, buyers can go to cna.asia/exceptional homes to look at great content related to property buying. And this is not just about buying a property, but all the things, all the matters associated with buying property. For instance, market outlook, the investment, the value of your investment, long-term insurance, and stuff like that. From 20th of November to 28th of November is the actual event. So people can register now, and then from 20th to 28th, which will span from one weekend to another, they can talk to experts. They have online support, webinars, and all the information they really need to make an informed decision. And that the content stays live on that website for 2 months after that. So we think by bringing together a really assortment of content related to all decisions, concerning luxury properties, we will be empowering our consumers and helping them make an informed luxury property buying decision.
Looking forward to it, Parminder. All the best to you both for the event. Thank you for making the time to speak to us on the program this morning. Parminder Singh, Chief Commercial and Digital Officer at Mediacorp, and Jeremy Williams, Chief Business Officer of the PropertyGuru Group.